I was shocked to learn a few things, and I thought it was 40 years, but apparently this year will be the 50th year in a row Rennie has attended Sebring.
Yep.
And he, fan of endurance racing and things like that. So I know you've raced Sebring.
Oh yeah, many times.
What's it like to race Sebring?
It's bumpy.
It's bumpy.
That's what everyone says, man.
Turn 1, turn 17, you got to be ready for the bumps.
Yeah. That'll rattle you.
Yeah, well, you just, you work them. You know where they are. You set the car up so when it hits the bump, it just moves over a little bit so it ends up where you want to be when you come out the other side.
I feel like
Sebring's notorious for it, but does it still shock you when you go, like knowing that reputation, does it still throw drivers off?
I'm pretty sure it does, especially the new guys that they don't know what's going on. And the setup's real important too. You get two choices. You can set it up really soft to absorb the bumps or set it up stiff to go over top of them, one of the two. Just depends on the style you like.
Right.
And I guess it changes. Take your arm off the table. I guess it changes the. You're shaking the hell out of it. I guess it changes the tire wear and stuff like that too.
Oh yeah.
Like
Sebring isn't too bad on tires because most of it's concrete and asphalt, and you get a lot of time to cool down. The back straight cools the brakes down, cools the tires down.
Okay.
So it's not too terrible.
Because at the U.S. Grand Prix this year,
right,
or last year I should say, all the F1 drivers were complaining about the bumps. And I was watching, and don't get me wrong, it was pretty brutal. But then I've watched Sebring, and I've watched those cars. I mean, those cars are probably a little more capable of handling it than a Formula One car. But
it's set up different.
Yeah, but Sebring seems to be pretty brutal.
They'd say that Sebring at 12 hours harder than Daytona at 24 because the car gets shaken up so much.
Yeah,
and it's just such a tougher track to drive.
What were you racing back when you? What years were you racing?
I started when I was 18 in a Bug Eye Sprite.
Really?
Wow.
Jeez.
I raced a Bug Eye Sprite and then a Datsun Roadster.
Okay.
And then what did we get after that? Then I think we pretty much got into the 2002 after that. We had a 2002 that we bought as a car. We built the motor and changed everything and raced that at Sebring in '83 for the first time.
Okay.
And we ran the whole 12 hours. We finished 11th overall. No, 30th overall and 11th in class. We're the highest finishing BMW. And that year they started 83 cars.
Oh. How many do they start now?
38.
No, yeah.
They started 38 at Daytona this year. That's
the
it.
Smallest Daytona class, right?
Oh, yeah.
But
what amazes me about Sebring last year is they only lost 2 cars in the whole 12 hour.
Wow.
That's just phenomenal.
That's it?
That's it. And one of the cars they lost on the last lap.
So
the entire race, they basically lost 1 car.
And it was green flag the whole time? Or
raining.
No way.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's like unheard of. I can't imagine that because I've watched some, I watched the highlights of endurance races because motorsports is still hard to watch here on television and things like that. And we're kind of, we have a soft spot about that. We're a little pissed off about that. Wish you could still see it on TV. Actually, not too long ago, Rich over here was showing me drag racing, actual import 12-second time Honda's drag racing on ESPN2. They don't even care anymore. So.
Well, the SEC runoffs used to be on every Thanksgiving.
Right.
Now they're on a computer, and that's it. That's all you can get it.
It's frustrating to me. It's definitely frustrating.
Well, the problem is it's kind of boring to watch if you don't know what you're doing. So the mass market appeal's a little low.
Yeah. Nobody really cares to. Well, now I feel like also nowadays a lot of things is J.G. Wentworth, I want my money, I want it now. Kind of gimme, fast. Everything is fast. It's hard to even. I know some of our podcasts go a little long, and some people are like, I'd rather it 20 minutes, and then I get other people, I'd rather it an hour and a half.
Right.
So it kind of works back to the same thing with putting motorsports on TV, I guess. But I mean, I think it's still thrilling. And then who's the commentator that does IMSA now? The English guy, Scottish guy, I can't remember his name.
Radio Le Mans?
Yeah.
Yeah, the English always get worked up.
Yeah.